All of you, welcome back to yet another project video. In this project, you're going to launch your first ever advanced crowdfunding marketplace where you will allow user to create the campaign for raising their fund, and when they will create the campaign, you're going to earn commission. So tons of business model we have included. Now let me give you a complete walkthrough that what are the feature and functionality we have and how this entire application would work. When the user will come back to our application after connecting their wallet, this is what exactly they will see. So the very first section we have is our header section where we are displaying the sidebar. We have this light and dark mode. We have the notification section, which network we have connected, and here we have the wallet, so we can simply click and we can disconnect. The next section we have is our sidebar where we are displaying all the navigation, so user can click and they can go back to different section in our application: all campaign, create campaign, my contribution, admin panel, and this one is a dynamic one. Right now I'm connected with the admin account, that's why it's visible, but when the user will connect, this will be hidden. And here we have the dashboard, because right now I have the admin panel activated. I can simply toggle my menu just like this. It looks beautiful. This is what we have here, and here you will find all the details about the smart contract and all the campaign user have created, including your detail as well. So we have this crowdfunding marketplace pro. You can click here and you can go back to the create page. You can click here and you can go back to the browse page. Here you will find the complete stats about the smart contract. So the total number of campaign we have created in the contract is 5. How much money we have raised is this much. Active campaign is this. Total contributors we have is 3, and currently one campaign is successful commission. So 5 ETH we have earned as a commission, and this is the stats of my account because I have created campaign. So currently my campaign is 3. Total contribution I have done is 2. Currently I have 5 active campaign, and this is the success rate I have. And here you will find all the campaign which is there. So you can simply toggle and you can simply close it up. This looks perfect. You can see all the stats about the campaign, the images, the date, the title, the description, and we have this active progress bar, so you can able to see how much money we have raised, what is the target amount. You can simply click here and you can go back to the detail page, which I will show you. So this is all that we have in the campaign page, and here we have this particular one because currently the campaign contract is activated. So this is our dashboard section. The next section we have is all campaign. You can click here, and here you can able to find all the campaigns user have created. So you can see right now the total campaign we have is 5. This is the title we have. This is the model. So you can simply toggle and you can have a different style based on the grid, based on the column you will have. If you want to do the search of the campaign, you can do that. You can simply search for crowd and it's going to filter it out. So that's how you can do the filtration of the campaign. You can come back here. We have this one active. All the campaign is activated. If you want to check funded one, you will find that this campaign is successfully funded. That's what we have here. You go back to all campaign, you can click here and you will find that one. So this is the filter system we have. You can see all the details about the campaign. We'll show you how you can explore this campaign. So this is the one, all campaign section. The next one we have is the create campaign. So here you will find that currently we are charging 1 ETH. You can set any commission. Right now I'm doing all the testing in my DevNet in my local environment. That's why I'm charging 1 ETH. But if you are changing and testing in any other network, you can charge based on your commission model which you want to pick. So you will find that this is the create section. So user need to provide the title, description, amount they want to raise, the duration, the category they have to pick, the tag and image, and they have to give the additional information about the campaign, and they can create the campaign, which I will show you how you can create. We are charging this much as a commission. Now come back to my campaign. So if I click here, you will find all the campaign which you have created with this particular void address. So you can see total campaign is 3. This much money I have raised, including my all the campaign. We have the active campaign and there is one successful campaign. That's all the details which you will find. You can click here and you can go back to create campaign section. The next one we have is the my contribution. So if you click here, you will come back here. You can able to see how much money you have contributed in different campaigns. So you can see total contributed is going to be 43. Total project contribution is 2, and here you will find the average. So I have contributed this 40 ETH in the first project and I have contributed 3 ETH in the second project, and that's the average you will find. So this is my contribution section. Now let me show you the admin panel. So I'll click here and here you will find all the details. You can easily able to control the smart contract as well. So the very first section we have is the total number of campaign. You will have the how much money you have earned as a platform owner. So when the user will create the campaign, you're going to charge commission, and this much money I have earned, so I can simply withdraw from the contract. You will find that how much money is locked in the contract, because once the campaign would be completed, user can able to withdraw the fund out of the campaign. That's what we have. Currently the platform contract is activated, and here you will have the functionality. So if you want to manage the fee, if you want to withdraw the fee which you have earned, you can simply withdraw it from here. From here you can able to pause the contract, so no one can able to create the campaign or withdraw any fund. We have the emergency withdrawal, so you can simply call it, and it's going to withdraw all the fund from the contract, and the contract will be completely stopped. And if you want to deactivate any campaign, you can simply provide the details and you can call that deactivate. Here you will have other options as well, like the contract address, the fee. This is the owner address, and currently the contract is activated, and you will find some additional information right up here. So this is the complete component structure we have. Now let me show you every single thing in action, that how every single thing would work, how user can create the campaign, and how you can easily able to come back to the application. So first let me disconnect my wallet. So once you are disconnected, this is the landing page we have designed where we are providing all the details. Here we have the title of our applications, fund the future decentralization, and we have other features which we are providing, so user can simply launch their idea, global community, secure, transparent, decentralization. That's all we have. So let's first connect our wallet. So I'll simply click here and we have the option. So I'll click on this MetaMask, and finally I'm connected. Now I can simply click on this go to dashboard, and you will come back to dashboard, and here you will find all the details. So you can simply toggle, and it looks pretty beautiful, very much responsive. Now let's first come back to the campaign, and here you will find that we have already have a couple of campaigns. So I'll click on this view details, and it will take me to the detail page, and there I can able to find all the details about this particular campaign. So you can see the image, you can see the title, you can see the description, you can see the creator, and you can see how much money is on. This is the one which I have created, so I cannot able to contribute in my own campaign. That's obvious. You can see the time left is 1 day, and here we have the other details, the overview. You can see the category we have picked, you can see the tag we have applied, and this is the deadline time when it's going to be over this campaign. Right now there is nothing in the update section. If you come back to the contribution, then you will find the details about the user who contributed in this particular project. So currently we have this particular account who contributed twice in our campaign. So that's the details you will find. You can come back here and you can simply explore the details about the other campaign. This is the portfolio, and this campaign is created by different accounts. So if I want to contribute in this particular one, I can do that very easily. I can check the details about the category, update, and contributor. That's all I can able to explore. So this is how it's going to look. Now let's try to create our first campaign. So I'll come back here and I'm going to first upload the image. So if you click, it will automatically going to pop this up, and I have to simply create my campaign. So which image I'm going to pick? I'll simply pick this one, and it's going to upload the image for our social media app. So let's call this media DApp Web3. I can give the brief description about the project. You can provide all the details. Now I can pick the target amount which I want to raise. So I will go with 90 ETH. I can set the date. So the date is going to be, let's say, generally for 1 week we target for any campaign. And here we have a different category, that what type of campaign it is. So I'll go with the medical, and here you can provide the tags related to your campaign, but I will go with this one, and I can provide the additional details. So make sure to provide all of these details perfectly, and I'm going to pay this much money as a commission. So let's click on this create campaign, and here is going to make a call, and it's going to first upload our entire document. So finally we are making the confirm. Let's click on this confirm, and here we have created our campaign successful. Now so you will come back here in the my campaign after the successful creation, and you will find that this is the campaign which you have created. If you click on this detail campaign, it will take you to the detail page, and then you can able to explore all the details which you have provided. So this is one we have provided. You can see there is no contribution at the moment, there's no update at the moment. This is the details about our project, and the categories are also reflecting fine. You will find your campaign. If you want to create one more, you can come back here and you can fill out the details, and you can simply create the campaign. So that's how user can create the campaign. Now let me talk about how you can donate to the campaign. So come back here and you will find that here we have a couple of campaigns. So I'll go with this one. This is the one which I have created from different account. I'll click here and it will take me to the detail page, and here we have the options. So currently we have one contributor. If I want to contribute one more time, I can give that. So let's give this, let's say 40, and I can click on this contribute, and you will find that we are calling the function. We're going to make a call, confirm, and finally we have contributed to this particular project, and you will find all the data is changed. If you want to go back here, you can see this progress bar went up, and if you want to create one more, you can simply do that very easily. You can simply come back here and you can see this is the one which I have created from this particular account. So I cannot able to fund the contract. So what I will do, I'll simply come back here, go back to my MetaMask, and I can change my account, so I can easily able to give this contribution. So right now I got the options, and you will find that there is no contribution we have at the moment. So I'll simply give that. So let's call it provide all the money, or you can simply go with, let's say, 5, and click on this contribute. Click on this confirm, and finally your contribution is done in the particular project. You will find all the details, and here you will find all the details which is reflecting about the contribution which you have done. So this is how the user can contribute in any project. This is how user can create the campaign and they can raise the fund. So if you come back to my contribution, you will find that how much money I have contributed. This is the total to project, and this is the average money which I have spent. You can simply click here and you can go back to the campaign. There you can able to see all the details. If you want to fund more money, you can simply give that and click on contribute now. And here you have to simply confirm the transaction, and you will find that we have done the contribution. And you can come back here. There you will find all the details about the contribution which you have done from this particular address. I can go to different account. I can give my contribution. So every single thing is looking fine. I hope you have understood. All of this stat is getting updated dynamically. Now we have 6 campaign. This much money we have raised, 6 campaign, 1 successful, 4 contribution, 2 project I have created from this particular account, 2 contribution I have done, active campaign and success rate. So that's all looks good, absolutely incredible. Now let me come back to the admin panel and let's try to call some of the admin functions. So here I have changed my account. You will find that I got this particular one available admin. I can click here, and from here I can able to do all the things. I can control the smart contract. So right now you can see I have this much fund, like this much fund is available in my contract. So I can withdraw that. So if I show you right now, I have this 12 in my wallet address. So let's try to withdraw first 3 and click on this withdraw, and it's going to make a call, and I have to simply click on this confirm, and the transaction is successfully, and we have withdraw the fund. If you come back here and you can see this will go up. So sometime you have to simply give a quick reload and this will go up to 15. So you got it. In the same way, if you want to withdraw the full amount, you can simply give that quantity and you can simply call this one and click on confirm. So finally, we have withdraw all the commission we have got in the contract. If you give a quick reload, the state will be changed and it's 18 now. In the same way, if you want to pause the contract for creating the campaign, you can simply pause it. You can click here and it's going to make the process, and all you have to do is to simply click on confirm and the transaction is paused, and you will find that currently no user can able to create the campaign. Every single thing is paused. All the data is paused. They cannot able to withdraw the fund or create the campaign. So I can simply resume that. Let's click on this one more time and let's resume the campaign. So user can create the campaign and they can simply perform the transaction. So finally, the campaign contract is initialized. Now, if there is an emergency and you want to withdraw and call this particular function, this function will withdraw all the fund which you have in the contract. So right now we have this much fund available in our contract. So it's going to withdraw all the fund and it's going to erase all the data from the contract. So you should not call this one. This one is for emergency period. If you know that there is some problem in the contract, so that's why we have included. But in the real world project, you should not call this function. So if I call this particular function, it's going to withdraw all the fund from the contract. Here we have this campaign ID. So for example, every single campaign will have a unique ID. So if you come back here, if you go back to this one, click on view details, you will find that this campaign is going to be, we got the status change activated and funded successfully. Now, if I come back here, if I give the ID, let's call it 1, click on this deactivate campaign, is going to make sure that you want to deactivate. Simply click here and it's going to make a call and you can simply click on this confirm. And we have successfully deactivated that particular campaign. So no longer user can able to fund that money. So if I come back here, you will find that that particular campaign is gone from here. It's no longer available. If you go back to all campaign, that campaign is gone because it will go to display only the active campaign. If I come back to my campaign, there you will find that it's inactive. This campaign is inactive and no one can able to have that in the marketplace. In the same way, if I want to do the inactive any other campaign, I can simply come back here. Let's give this 2, click on this deactivate campaign. It will ask you that really you want to deactivate. I'll say yes. I'll click on this confirm and this campaign is deactivated and will be removed from our place. So it's got removed from here. If you come back to my campaign, you will find that like we have deactivated 2 campaigns. So it's one is this one and the second one is in the different account. So if I change my account, if I go to account number 5, which I have used for creating the campaign, you can see it's deactivated. So admin have the control to deactivate the campaign or activate the campaign. It's a really powerful feature where you can see that the user are actually creating a valid campaign or not. So this is what exactly you're going to develop. Every single thing is working absolutely fine. Let me show you the responsive mode. That's how it's going to look on a mobile device. We have a nice interface. Every single thing is well aligned. You can click here. You will have your sidebar and you can go back to a different section. You can toggle between light and dark mode. I like the light mode very much. You can click here and you will have the void connect. So let's click here, go back to the all campaign. This is how it's going to look. You can simply change the model. You can have all of these details which you can see about the campaign. You can go back here, you can go to the create campaign. You can see it's very much flexible. User can able to create the campaign. You can come back here, go back to my campaign, and then you will find all the stats about the campaign which you have created with this particular account. And we have the my contribution. That's also you can able to monitor the total amount you have contributed, how much is the average. That's all you will find. And we have this admin panel which is going to be visible only for the admin. So that's all you have. Every single thing is looking absolutely perfect. I hope you have understood that how you can launch your own crowdfunding marketplace. So that's what we have in the quick demo. You can simply toggle this one, and you can simply go back to the detail page, and there you can able to find all the details about the project, including see the users who have contributed in the project. So it's a really powerful project. So I hope you have understood the complete architecture, that what exactly we're going to develop and what are the feature functionality we have included, how admin can control the entire smart contract, where he can pause the campaign, withdraw the fund, and that's all you can do. So if I want to withdraw this particular fund, I can simply click on this withdraw emergency. It will ask me that is going to undo every single thing. Let's click on this OK, and it's going to withdraw all the fund and remove all the data from the contract. This is the emergency function we have, and you will find that we have withdraw the complete fund. It's going to simply update it to 0. If you come back to all campaign, there you will find that these data is reflecting, but there is no fund available in the contract. So this one is really powerful. That's what exactly you're going to launch in this particular project. Now let me provide you all the assets, including the final source code, so you can simply faster your development. So you can come back to the blockchain coder, and here you will find more than 90 plus projects we have built on our channel. So make sure to check all the projects. So make sure to log in, and you will have the option called source code. Here you will find all the projects we have developed in the channel, and it will help you a lot to master Web3. So make sure to check all of the project, build at least 5 project, NFT marketplace, crowdfunding. That's all the project we already have. So this is the crowdfunding project we have, is the basics one. So make sure to follow this one. And this is the advanced one we have developed. So I'll come back here, click here, and to get the starter file, click here, and this is the one which have it. So click here, you will come back here, click on the starter file, and you will come back to the GitHub, and then you can able to understand the entire folder file structure we have used in this particular project, and what are the technology we are utilizing for wallet connects, what is the architecture we are following for the folder and file structure, what are the important variables you need to have. That's all details is provided. So make sure to clone the repository, click here, download the zip file or clone the repository, because we're going to simply clone it and we're going to start following it. Now let me show you how you can do the setup of the final source code. So when you will take the final source code, you will give your valuable contribution to my team to bring more tutorials like that. So make sure to take it. And if you really want to master complete blockchain development, then you can check this particular course. This will teach you every single thing, that how you can build complex project just like this, which you have seen, in which you will master the front end, back end, smart contract programming language. You're going to build one of the biggest NFT marketplace project. Make sure to watch this video, that what exactly project you're going to build and what are the features we're going to include. You're going to build a back end part. You will have a crash course on the main technologies. You're going to learn about the backend development, security, tons of feature we have. So make sure to check all of this feature. It will help you a lot to master your complete blockchain development journey. Once you will download the final source code, you will get the zip file. Make sure to extract the zip file, and you will get this particular folder in which you will have the complete source code of the project which you have seen in the demo. So make sure to install zip extractor in your system, then you can able to extract this particular folder, and this is the folder you have to open in your VS Code. So I'll click on this VS Code, I'll go back to open, I'll go back to desktop, and here I have this particular folder called, let's say, crowdfunding, advanced crowdfunding. Now let me give you a complete walkthrough of the folder and file structure and all the code we have written. After that, we're going to do the testing. So let me make a zoom. And the very first folder you will have is the component in which you will find all the code which we have written for our front-end parts. We have the campaign in which you will have the campaign card, campaign details, create campaign form. That's all you will find. So you don't need to make any changes. Just keep it as it is. The next one we have is the dashboard in which you will find the dashboard stats and start card. That's all you will have. Just keep it as it is. The next one we have is the debug component. So whenever anything goes wrong in our contract, it's going to automatically trigger. So just keep it as it is. The next one we have is the layout in which we have the global error boundary. So when there is an error will happen, it's going to trigger and it's going to pass our debug component. The next one we have is the header. So just keep it as it is. Don't make any changes. We have the layout because it's going to be a multi-page application. We're going to inject the page into our layout. And here we have the sidebar. So just keep it as it is. You don't need to make any changes. Every single thing is dynamic. I'll tell you what are the changes you have to do. So this is the component section. The next one we have is the config file for our wallet. So all the network configuration you have to do in the environment variable, and it will be automatically configured in our global object. So we are importing the packages, and all of this environment variable is coming from our .env file, and this is the custom change we have used, and that's what we have passed to our wallet provider. So just keep it as it is. The next one we have is the constants, in which you will have the ABI of the contract. So once we'll deploy the contract, that's the ABI we have to provide here. So we're going to interact with our smart contract. Then we have this index.js, in which you will find that we are keeping some important environment variable. You will find that this is the commission I'm charging. So whatever commission you want to charge, make sure you have to update it here. So I'm charging 1 ETH because I'm testing in the hard local environment. So make sure to follow the way I'm doing it. So here you have to provide the commission which you want to charge in way. Okay, we're getting our environment variable, and here we are doing all the checks. This is the network configuration. So first I'm testing on localhost, but you can test on any other network. So if you want to test on hostly, you have to provide the exact details. So this is the name of the network, chain ID, and you have to get your own RPC URL. So you can visit ARNK RPC URL website, and from there you can get your own. This one is the demo one. And here you will find the navigation which we are providing in our side menu. So let's keep it as it is. This is the context place we have, where we are keeping all the environment variable. Let's close this one, come back to the hook. Here you will find few hooks. So we have this campaign details. This will allow you to read the data from the contract, and it's going to help you to simply inject in the front end component. So just keep it as it is. The next one we have is the use contract. This will allow you to interact and write the data in the contract. So this is the huge file we have for writing the campaign. So just keep it as it is. Every single thing is dynamic. I'll tell you what are the changes you have to do. So this is the use contract section we have. The next one we have is the pages, in which you will find all the pages we have. So first one is the campaign, in which you can able to find the details about the campaign. So you have to give the ID, and it's going to give you the details about the campaign. That's what we have. Then we have the campaign. It will display all the campaign which we have created. That's all you will find. Just keep it as it is. Here we have the app.js. So this is our global configuration file, where we can do the network configuration and other details. So that's all we have done. We have also handle. The next one we have is admin. There we can able to provide all the feature related to admin, so it can able to control the smart contract. That's what we have. The next one we have is the contribution. Just keep it as it is, where user can simply perform the contribution and check how many contribution they have done in which project. The next one we have is the create campaign. So user can simply come back here, and they can create the campaign. If they are not connected their wallet, it will automatically redirect to the connect wallet. The next one we have is the dashboard section, where we're displaying all the details about the campaign. So just keep it as it is. The next one we have is the index file. So homepage, there we are providing all the details. So you can able to change and provide all of these details like title, description. This is the one which you can customize, because when the user is not connected, it's going to redirect to the landing page, and this is what exactly we are displaying. So you can be able to change these details based on your branding. So just keep it as it is. The next one we have is the my campaign. As the name suggests, is going to display all the campaign which you have created from your void address. So just keep it as it is. Close this one. And this is the page section we have. The next one we have is the public. So here we have our logo. So you can change the logo, but give the name as it is. So it's going to reflect in our application perfectly without breaking the styling parts. So just change the image, but keep the name as it is. Close this one, come back to the style, in which we have the global CSS, and here we are keeping all the CSS. So this is the custom CSS we have written, and we are using Tailwind in our project, which is really powerful. Okay, close this one. Now come back to the utils, in which you will find some utility function we have. So this is the helper function, which allow us to convert from ETH to way to ETH, format address, and all of this section we have. So just keep it as it is. This is the regular function we use in a decentralized application. The next one we have is the IPFS, and this one is very important. We are using Pinata IPFS, and there we can able to upload the images and the data about our project. So that's all the function we have written. Just keep it as it is. Close this one. Close this one. Now comes the most important folder, which is Web3, in which we are building the entire ecosystem for deploying our contracts. So we have the artifact. So this will be generated automatically when you will deploy the contract. So let's delete that. Now we have the contract, in which you will find that this is the huge contract we have written, which facilitate all of this crowdfunding marketplace. So just don't need to make any changes. Just keep it as it is. Every single thing is working absolutely fine. So close this one. The next one we have the script. This is the global script which allow you to deploy this particular contract. So that's one we have. Leave it as it is. And we have the environment variable. So currently I have done the configuration for the local host. So I'm using hard hat for testing the contract, and all the testing I have showed you it's in the local environment. But if you are deploying to any other network, make sure you have to give the actual data. So this is the RPC URL for the localhost, but if you are deploying to Polygon mainnet, Ethereum mainnet, you have to get your own RPC URL, and that's what you have to provide here. You have to pick a wallet and you have to provide the private key and the address, and make sure you should have some fund, then you can able to deploy the contract. So this is the place where you have to provide the actual data. So first test the way I'm doing it, after that do the experiment. So let's close this one. Now come back to the hard hat setup, and this one is a very important because hard hat is not compatible with the latest node version. If you want to use the hard hat, then you must have this particular node version, then you can able to use the hard hat environment for deploying the contract. So make sure to watch this video in which I have explained that how you can simply downgrade or upgrade your hard hat node version. And when you will deploy the contract using hard hat environment, by default hard hat will use this particular account 2266 for deploying your contract, and it will become the admin, and each account will have 10,000 ETH. So hard hat will give you 20 account which you can use, import in your MetaMask and perform all the transaction. You cannot use your real wallet address in your local environment. You can use only these addresses for testing, which I will show you. So let's close this one. Now come back to the hard hat configuration, and here you will find that I have done the configuration for two network, hard hat local environment and Hostclay. If you want to do the configuration for any other network, all you have to do is to simply change the name to that particular network. So for example, if I want to deploy the contract to Ethereum, so I'll change this to Ethereum, and here I will provide the Ethereum chain ID. So Ethereum is going to be 1. So this is the two change you have to do, and you can simply copy, and this is the exact name you have to provide here in the package.json file right up here. In place of Hostclay, you have to provide this Ethereum, and you can simply call this and it's going to deploy the contract. So this is the package.json file, which is really flexible, and we are using the global environment, so it will work absolutely fine no matter when you are building this particular project. So this is the important file which allows you to have the ecosystem to deploy our contract, which we're going to do it together. Just follow this video, you will understand every single thing. Now come back to the environment variable which we are using on the front end. So come back here. Here you will find that this is all the environment variable which you have to provide. So I'm testing on the local environment, so you don't need to make any changes, just keep it as it is. And this is the address by default. When we deploy the contract, hard hat will use this particular account 2266. That's why I have kept it here. So you don't need to make a change. And this is the exact address you will get. So this is the default address you will have when you will deploy the contract using hard hat 80AA3. This is the hard hat address will be generated, and that's what going to be, and that's going to be the contract address. And here you have to provide your API key, secret key, and JWT token, which will help you to deploy the document to the IPFS, and you have to get your project ID. So this is the 4 things you need. You need this key and you need this key, and the rest of the thing which you can keep it as it is, because we're going to test on the local environment. If you want to test on any other network, you have to simply update this environment variable, or I have already done the update for the Hostclay, so you can simply deactivate this one and you have to deactivate this one. Okay, I hope you have understood. Let's close this one. Then we have this get ignore, just keep it as it is, don't need to worry about it. We have the next config file, and we have done all the configuration for the styling part, for the network management. That's all we have done, just keep it as it is. Close this one. The next one we have is the package.json file. It's really powerful. No matter when you are building this particular project, it will work absolutely fine. All you have to do is to follow this video and just follow the instruction which I'm telling you. Don't need to make any changes because we are falling on stability. So just every single package is 100% stable, and it will work absolutely fine no matter you are building after 5 years or 10 years. It will work absolutely fine. So just keep it as it is. Close this one. We have the post CSS. Don't need to make any changes. We have the readme file. There I have given all the details which you can simply explore, all the important links. That's all you will find. So make sure to follow it. If you want to get your project ID, you can go back here. If you want to get your API key from Pinata, you can go back here. That's all is given. And you can come back to the Tailwind CSS. Here you will find all the configuration we have done for the styling, for the animation, for the branding. That's all we have. So just keep it as it is. Don't need to make any changes. So this is the complete folder and file structure. We have all the code, and this is how we have designed the architecture. Now, the very first thing we have to do is to get our environment variable. So come back here and you have to get your project ID, and you have to get your Pinata API key and secret key. So let's get our project ID first. Open a new tab, type wallet connect project ID, and you will find the very second link. Click here. It will take you here. I have already created my account in this particular platform, so make sure to create your account, verify your account. You will have this particular option called cloud dashboard. Click here and it will take you to your dashboard. There you can able to find all the project which you have created. So just wait. Here you will find that I'm here. I can click on this projects. There you will find that this is all the project which I have created. So to create a new project, you can use any one of this existing project, but make sure to have a unique project ID. So to create a new project, you can click here, create, And here you have to give the name of your project. So I'll say you can provide the domain URL. This one is an option. You can also launch your application and you can provide the URL letter. I'll click on this continue. And I'm not using any one of this framework. So I'll click here, click on create. And here is going to create my project and I got my project ID. All you have to do is to simply copy this one and that's what you have to provide here. That's the first thing. We got our project ID. Perfect. Now we have to get our API key, secret key and JWT token from Pinata. So I'll simply come back here, close this one, open a new tab, type Pinata Cloud and it will take you to Pinata. It's a really powerful platform which allow you to upload the data to the IPFS distributed system and then you can able to read all the things which we have and how you can utilize their model. So make sure to create your account, verify your account. If you're creating your account for the very first time, it might take a little bit time for getting activated. So make sure to create an account. I'll simply log in straight away. And here I'm logged into my dashboard. There you will find all the files which I have uploaded. I can come back to my API key. There you will find that this is the API key which I have already created. I'll simply delete this one and I'm going to create a new API key. So I'll click on this new key. You can call whatever you want. So I'll simply call this crowdfunding. I'll click on this admin because I want to have the access of all this feature. Click on this create and it's going to create my API key. So you need to have all of this. So simply copy this one, this API key, and that's what you have to provide here. Paste here. The second thing we have to get is the secret key. That's we can simply copy, come back here, and that's what we can provide here. Now the third thing we have to get is the JWT. Simply copy, come back here, and that's what you have to provide here. So this is all the key we have got. That's the only thing you have to get. Project ID and your Pinata API keys, and every single thing is ready to set because this is the same address you will get when you will deploy the contract and this is the same address is going to be used for deploying the contract as an admin. So let's close this one. Now the very first thing we have to do is to do the installation and you have to get into this particular folder. So if I open my folder and right now you can see I'm on the main directory, advanced crowdfunding main directory. I have to get in this particular directory and I have to set the specific node version in this particular directory. So in this particular directory Web3. So I'll simply type cd and Web3. Now I'm in this particular directory and before I install all of these packages, I have to check my node version. So I'll say node-v, I have the latest one. If I check my npm version, I have the latest one and this is not compatible with the hard hat. So we have to use that specific node version which I have told you in this particular video. So make sure if you don't know how to downgrade or upgrade node version, you can use this one. I have already done the installation of NVM. NVM stands for node version manager, which help you to control your node version. So I have to use that particular node version. So to use it, I can say NVM use, I can give the node version which I want 18.17.1 and you will find that I have switched my node version to the required one. Now I'm ready to do the installation. If I clear up my terminal, if I check my node version one more time, I have the required one. And I want to tell you one thing that if I will delete this terminal, it will reset every single thing and it will come back to the latest node version. So if I simply click delete, right now you will see I'm on the main directory. If I go back to my Web3 folder, if I check my node version, you will find that I have the latest one. So this is the default behavior we have. So make sure don't close it because this is the one which you need. Just follow the way I'm doing it. So let me quickly downgrade my node version. I got it. I got the required node version. I'll clear the terminal. Now I have to simply start the local node because we are testing locally in our environment. So this is the command which you have to execute. So this is the command we have to execute. So before we execute that, we have to do the installation of the package. Simply type npm I and it will going to do all the installation about the packages which we have used in the project. So just wait, it might take a little bit time. So finally we are done with the installation and we are getting a couple of warnings. Simply ignore that. It's not that important because we are using the combination of old and new packages and we need this hardened environment only for deployment purpose. So let's clear the terminal. Now we have to simply run our local node. This command, type npm run node, hit enter, and it's going to start your local node and it's going to give you 20 plus account. So this is the same account which I have given to all of you guys, 20 plus account. And by default, this is the account Hardhat will use for deploying your contract, account 0. If you want to import all of this account in your MetaMask, you can simply copy this one, private key, and you can import. So let's close this one. Now you have to split your terminal. Right now you will see I'm on the same directory Web3. So make sure this should be running. You don't need to stop this. If you will stop this, every single data will be lost and you cannot able to do the testing in the local environment. So this should be running. Now we have to simply deploy our contract. So we are deploying on localhost. So I'll simply copy this one. I'll come back here, type npm run and paste this and hit enter. It's going to generate the artifact. So first it's going to compile it. and generate the artifact. After that, it's going to deploy our contract. And you can see we got this confirmation. I'll close this one. And here you got the artifact in which you will have the contract. And here you will have the API. This is the latest API which you have to copy and paste, which I will show you. So let's close this one, and you will find that this is the exact address we have got. So this is the account Hardhat used to deploy the contract, and we have the same address 80883, which I have already given. You can also make a double confirm. You can simply copy, and that's what you can provide. You can copy the unknown address, and that's what you can provide here. This is the address, and this is the owner address. Provide here. Got it? So we are done with the deployment of the contract, and you can see we have done the deployment. You can see the block details. Every single thing is looking good. Now you have to simply clear the terminal. Now you have to come out of this particular directory and go to the main directory. So I'll say cd dot dot. Now I'm in the main directory, and in the front end side, I'm using the latest node version. So if I show you my latest node version, I'm using the latest node version in the front end side. We need that specific node version in only in this particular directory in our Hardhat environment. So this should be running. Now I have to simply install the packages. So I'll simply say npm. I hit enter is going to do the installation of the packages. Just wait. Soon the installation will be complete. So finally we have done with the installation. Ignore this warnings. We are following the static model and the combination of old and new packages. So let's clear the terminal. Now we have to simply start our application. So come back here. You will find we got our node modules, and this is the command we have to execute. The dev command. Type npm run dev and hit enter. Let's close this one. Our application got started on localhost 3000. Simply copy this particular URL, minimize this, don't delete this. Okay, you can minimize it from here, or you can simply do it from here. Now we can come back to the browser. Let's close this one, open a new tab and keep the URL, hit enter, and you will find that our application is successfully. I am already connected with my wallet. I'll simply disconnect, and this is what exactly you will have by default. You are disconnected with your application. Now I can simply click here. It's going to give me this option. I can click on MetaMask, and I'm connected with my application. Now I can click on this go to dashboard. It will take me to dashboard, and there you will find we don't have any details. Every single thing is empty. There is no campaign. If you go back to all campaign, nothing in here. If you go back to create campaign, there is nothing in here. My campaign, my contribution, admin panel, every single thing is empty. So first you can come back here. Now user can start creating the campaign. So to create a new campaign, I can click here. So every single thing is looking fine. Now before you create the campaign, I want you to do one thing. Simply come back to the MetaMask, and here you will find that I have already imported the Hardhat account. So this is the account number 4, which is 2266 is the admin, and here we have the another Hardhat account, and this 123 is my actual account, which I cannot use in the local environment. So what I will do, I'll simply come back here and let's delete it. Now I can simply delete this one as well. So I have deleted all the Hardhat account. I also want to delete the localhost. So if you have localhost in your MetaMask, simply delete that. So I'll switch it, and I'm going to simply delete the localhost. So this is the first thing you have to do. Now you have to give a quick reload. You will have this one, getting this option, wrong network, click here, and it's going to configure the localhost in your MetaMask automatically. So we have done the configuration. Now you can simply import the account. So you can come back here, and we already have the account. So you can go here, go back to the Hardhat setup, and by default, Hardhat will take this one as an admin. I'll simply copy the private key, and that's what I can import. I'll click here, go back here, click on this private key, paste here, import, and click on this connect, and we have connected and we have imported. You can see it has less fun because we have used this account for deploying the contract. In the same way, you can import as many accounts as you want. I'll simply copy this one. I'll come back here, paste here, go back to this, click here, private key, import, and I have imported the account. So that's how user can import the account. Now simply give a quick reload, and we are ready to create the campaign. So I'll simply come back here, and I will go back to account number 4, which is the admin, and let's create the campaign from there. So now let's give the title. So I'll first upload the image. So I'll pick this one, crowdfunding. Now I'll give this dummy description, and I can simply come back here. I can simply get the title from here, decentralized voting marketplace. That's what I will provide. Now I can give the amount. So let's go to 50. I'll give it for 7 days, and we'll have the education. We'll have this one, and you can give this details as well, or I can give let's copy this one, and that's what I can able to provide it. Create campaign. Here's we're uploading the document to the IPFS. We got the MetaMask. Click on this confirm, and here the transaction is completed, and we have created our first campaign. In the same way, you can come back here, create another campaign if you want. I'll say come back here, and here we have selected. Now let's call this Web3 DApp. You can call whatever you want, and you can simply set the amount, 7 days. You can pick the category, description, give this one, click on this create campaign. It is going to upload the document to the IPFS. So it's uploading, creating campaign, click on confirm, and we have created. Now, if you come back to the details, you can click here and you will come back to the details section. There you will find all the details. If I change my account, go back to account number, fine. Now I will get an option for do the contribution. I'll give this, let's say 56, click on this contribute and give this one. So there I got it. Now if I switch my account, go back to account number 3, there I will find all the stats about the campaign. So currently we have this 2 campaign, this much fund we have raised, active campaign, that's all the stats we will find. Every single thing is looking good. If you come back to the admin, from there you can able to see and you can able to withdraw that. You can simply give the amount and you can withdraw. Click on this contribute and you have withdraw the fund successfully from the contract. If you want to withdraw this one as well, you can simply call this one emergency withdrawal, click on OK and click on confirm, and here you have withdraw the fund out of this particular contract. So every single thing is working fine. I hope you have understood that what are the feature and functionality we have included, what are the things we have in this particular project, and how it's going to be really powerful you can include in your portfolio. So that's the only thing from my end. I hope you have understood every single architecture of this particular project, and this is what exactly you will get in the final source code to cover in this video. I hope you have understood every single thing. If you have any question and doubt, do let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely try to help in that. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.